Hi, welcome back to my garage. Today I'm going to continue with the AR50. We're going to be doing what I'm going to call part one of the electrical upgrade. So today we're going to look at converting it to 12 volts. This involves upgrading, rewiring the stator and also installing a 12 volt regulator rectifier, which should output around about 14.7 volts, which should charge my 12 volt battery. So, I'm not a massive fan of electrics, I must admit. I think it's all a bit witchcrafty personally. However, I've got an article I found online. I'm going to go through it. I'll leave a link in the description and join me and see if I can get it up to 12 volts. As always, if you like, please leave us a like, subscribe, share, comment if you've got any points. Right, let's see if we can get this to work. So this is the guide that I'm using. It's on Instructables. Kawasaki AR 5080 12 volt conversion by Martin J144. There's a few pages in here, so I'm just going to be following it as I've had a quick look already, but I'm going to go through it step by step and should hopefully get my bike up to 12 volts. Again, I'll leave the link to this article in the description, and additionally I've coloured in my wiring diagram just to make things a little bit easier to find. First up, I need to get the stator out. So this is the connection for the stator. So disconnected. I need a proper connector for that. And stator comes off, and that's it. And then we can take it over to the bench and do the modifications. First step in the instructions says to take off this earth screw or earth ring, which is held on by a screw, and then connect the screw back on again. So making that difficult. Right, on to step 2. So I need to look for yellow wire, extra insulation. There's a joint between 2 copper wires and that yellow wire, and you need to unsolder this, and then you reconnect the 2 copper wires back together. So it should be under here. I'm going to try and pull back this insulation a bit. Yep, and I can see it they're soldered on there. So I need to unsolder this yellow wire, which could be harder than it looks, because I'm no electrician. So I'm going to attempt to heat this up now and unsolder it. So come on, that's it. Done. And those two remained nicely soldered. So I've got it all soldered. I'm just going to remove this clip. I think it might give me a little bit more room. Got that bit. Take this off. It says in the instructions to heat shrink it, so I'm going to put some heat shrink onto there. I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. Put another bit over the top, I think. We don't want the angry pixies getting out, do we? Okay, and now let's see if I can get that over there. Yeah, that's going to go over. That'll keep that in, hold that in. I'm quite happy. I don't think anything can get into there. So that's that bit done. And now I've got to do the next bit. Right, now on to step 4, which is going to remove this earth loop off there where it connects, and then we're going to attach this earth wire to the yellow wire that we just unsoldered from the two other copper wires. It's nice and warm now. I'm just going to grab hold of that there, and then there we go. So that's that off. Right, so that now should connect up to that. But before I go any further, I want plenty of heat shrink. Right, that's what I've done. I've got a thin piece that can go there, and then I've got this bigger bit because I'm trying to get enough to cover it all. Right, where should we look again? I hate soldering. I'm hoping if I can get, that's better, get this one heated up. Shrink, but I think I've got enough on the bottom of here. With the ammeter. So in summary, so far I've took the earth wire off there, I've unsoldered the loop, I've also unsoldered the yellow wire that went to the lighting headlamp from the two windings that are together in here. I've reconnected them back together, I've insulated it. I've then now connected the earth wire that came from here into the yellow wire, so now it should be one continuous loop, i.e. it'll go through this yellow wire, through all the coils, and then back out of the pink, which is where it will then plug into the regulator rectifier. And hopefully, if the magic pixies work, we should get about 14 volts, 14.7. Right, checking, got good continuity. So you got the yellow and the pink, they both should be connected together. Just check my leads are working. There's a bit of system resistance, but so I've got 0.5 ohm there, and then I should have a similar on this one. I'll get my probes in. Yeah, it's a bit of resistance. I think the coil resistance was 0.3 or 4 ohms, as I remember. So I'm happy I got good continuity there. The next thing I need to check is that I've got no connection back to earth. So that is earth. Again. Yep, 0. So I think that is rewired correctly. So off camera, I'm going to stick a little bit of tape back on here, push these down so they look a bit neater, put my little clamp back on, and then I'm going to be reinstalling it on the bike. That's the state conversion complete, I believe. So the old earth wire is connected to the lighting coil wire, which is yellow. Where the lighting coil used to connect to, they've been reconnected together and insulated. Looks like my wiring loom's exploded. Right, so deciphering this step in the guide, I had a look. I found this. This is the brown. It's got 3 brown wires, one end, one going in. It looks like these go to the indicators and brake lights, etc. So there'll be a 12 volt feed, obviously once the battery's changed. And then this is the yellow, which did go up to the light. But that can now be cut here, soldered onto here, and then the rest of the wire that's left obviously connects to that, and I'll use some of that, and that will be going to the yellow connector on the regulator. thought I'd take another quick shot of where it is in relation. So this is your 4 brown wires all connected together. Here goes. So that's my brown wires all connected together. This yellow is now going to be connected to there. So it probably wants to be about so. Right, now everything's got connectors on, so I'm going to quickly go through it again. Regulator rectifier, I've just put that on one of the mounting points that was used for the airbox because I'm not using that now. We've now got our wires, so we've got the 2 that go to the charging coil, so the original light, and this is the original charging coil, so I'm going to connect them up. So yellow, I'm just going to put it to yellow. I don't think it really matters which way it goes because it's AC, however I want to do it that way. And then this is the pink one, which is connecting to the blue-white wire. That blue-white wire goes through and it actually connects back up to the pink wire that's at the stator connected to the original charging coil. So the red, that's the positive, that's the 12 volt out of this regulator rectifier. So this was the outside of the original rectifier. So it goes through this red-white cable and then comes out under here where it gets connected into the main fuse. And then this wire off here will connect to the battery. And again, I've got my negative connection for the earth for the battery as well, which I do need to connect up. So I'm going to connect the green, which is the earth, to the earth point, and then obviously that's connected to there. Then connect the battery up. So positive, this is just a little trial battery, just so I can check. I'm going to get a new Yausa battery at some point. Black goes to black. Then if I stick this voltmeter on it, start it up, we should go up from 12 volts up to 14.7 it should get to. So we'll see if that works. Right, 12.5 volts in the battery. I've just started it for a quick check. Switch on the ignition so you get a bit of a drop. That's it powering the neutral light. Try and get it started. We should get at least 14 volts out of it. One thing that did get me, I left when I first started it up, I left this is the lighting resistor connection. Light resistors behind there. When I was starting it up, it wasn't charging properly. It was only putting out about 8 volts, I believe, because when this light switch is off, it directs it through to the resistor, which is putting a load on. So I wasn't getting the correct charge, and I disconnected that, and everything's been working fine. Right, outro. I'm going to call that a win. We've beaten the Magic Pixies. They are actually working. We've rewired the stator. We've installed a regulator rectifier. It's outputting 14.7 volts and it's charging a 12 volt battery. So that for me is brilliant. I'm really pleased with that. Hopefully this is of some use to other guys, particularly AR50s, but I think it should work on any sort of classic bike where people are trying to upgrade it to 12 volts. Please let me know if it does. So part 2, what we're going to be doing, I'm going to install a proper 12 volt battery in there, get that to fit. So I'm going to change all the bulbs as well because I'm going to pop them at some point with the 12 volts that are now in the system. And most importantly, I'm going to get Ignitech installed so we can get back to dyno, see if we can make some more power, which is the main sort of crux of doing this. So I'm excited to get that done. Hopefully you're excited as well and you follow me along, and please like, subscribe, leave us a comment as well. It really does motivate me and I'm really pleased, and just like to say thank you for watching. It's really appreciated, so cheers and see you next time.